Your kingdom come, your will be done.
Hey Rest Church, just want to reach out and follow up on the big news that came out this week with us moving across the parking lot to the large church building on Jefferson Street. This building, 24,500 square feet, was built in 1907, and it has sat vacant for 10 years, which leaves a lot of work to be done. And it's not an insurmountable amount of work, but it's something that we absolutely need your help in partnering with. And not just the labor, but we need help raising the capital necessary for us to go in and transform this space into a safe and clean environment for our kids, a safe and clean environment for us to do church. What that looks like, though, is we need to raise about $40,000 in order to make that transition. And I know, many of you say, I give sacrificially to the church already. Pastor, I've gave, but kind of what I'm coming to you in this video to ask is that we as a church would band together and we would be creative in our efforts of raising the funds necessary to transform, especially our children's ministry space, to transform it into an environment that when new first-time guests walk through, they go, man, they love kids here. They are highly invested in seeing kids come to know Jesus. That's what we want people to think of. And so what I'm asking is that we would be creative as a church, individually, each one of us, and we would take it upon ourselves to say, I'm going to do whatever is necessary to raise the funds. I can tell you some ideas. Something that Molly and I did this week. We started a GoFundMe page just specifically for our friends and family. We reached out to people individually, and we've asked them to partner with us in raising the finances and say, hey, will you give financially? Will you give to the mission and the vision of what we're doing at this new building? And people have been faithful in doing that. They've been giving to this vision, and we've done that outside of Rest. We're asking people who love us, who know our hearts, and know the ministry work that we're doing here to partner in alongside of us to do that. But not just that, as we've reached out, people have been creative in saying, hey, I'm going to sell stuff. Like for example, one person said to us, I've got this big, nice, large printer. It's like a studio grade printer. I'm going to sell it. It's in my way. We don't ever use it. And whatever money I make on that, I'm going to give it to the capital campaign for the new building, which is great. Another person said, hey, I'm going to give all of my previous stimulus check. I'm going to give it to the church. And if we get another stimulus check, I'm giving it as well so that we can have the funding and the capital necessary to transform that children's area. And then lastly, somebody suggested that they were going to sell their boat. And if they sell it, they'll give, now it wasn't a big, nice boat, but hey, we're going to sell it. I'm going to give that towards the capital campaign. This all comes back to just being creative, and this is a biblical matter. In Acts, the Acts community, they banded together and they started selling the things and the possessions that they had for the collective good of the body. And so what we're asking for our family partners to do is to be creative, to just engage in those organic conversations with people that love you and who know that you're a part, that you're heavily invested in Rest Church, and say, hey, will you partner alongside us? Will you give $10, $20? Will you give $200, $2,000? Whatever it may be, any little bit helps. And what you're going to see is we're going to open up another avenue on our text to give, that people can go into the text to give and they can type kingdom to the number, and it will directly go to the bottom line for this account. But we're asking for you to partner with us alongside the lead team. Not just, hey, so we're not on the stage begging for money, but that we as a community are collectively coming together and raising the money because God has called us to this big mission, this big vision of transforming lives of broken families in Paducah, Kentucky, and letting them meet Jesus, the Lord and Savior of all. Church, we love you, and we can't wait to see what God is going to do, because we know the rest is yet to come.
Your